Welcome back to The Stew, a podcast where we stir up conversations about stuff that matter. I'm Ray.
And I'm Tanesha. Today we're talking about, does therapy really work or is it just a trend?
Yeah, in my neighborhood or where I grew up, people, you never really heard about therapy. It's something that just not talked about. So, we're here to talk about it.
Yeah, are people truly healing or are they just jumping on the mental health bandwagon for clout?
Maybe not. I feel like it's needed.
You think so?
I know so.
Okay. So I guess the first question is this a much needed is therapy needed in our community?
Like I said, yes. Um, I've been in therapy. You still in therapy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think?
From my perspective, yes. I've been in therapy for 2 years? Has it been 2 years? I feel like,
Longer, I feel like.
yeah, for 2 years. And I wish I would have known about therapy a lot sooner or been able to afford therapy. Um, or, our community having that benefit to be able to afford therapy or knowing that that is okay to do.
I mean, for me, never even heard about it. So it's like, it makes sense now. You get older, stuff you go through. You look at, you need an outlet. I was in therapy probably for like a month and a half. I stopped going for other reasons, really. I mean, I think I should have kept going, but, it's just something that's not talked about in the community. Like, something I never even heard of in our community, honestly. To my wife, oh, you probably need to go to therapy. It reminded me of that Kendrick Lamar record when they was arguing. She said you need therapy. But yeah, I went. It was helpful. Probably should have kept going, but I chose to stop.
Why do you think you haven't heard about therapy growing up? You just haven't heard about it. I think they used to call it a shrink, or they used to say,
Oh yeah, probably.
yeah,
Right.
they used to say, well, it's just something we don't do in our
Yeah, but
community.
even when you heard shrink, that wasn't in our community. When you heard that on TV.
Oh,
Some
maybe we heard it on TV.
different races talking about you. You ain't hear it. You ain't hear that. We just knew deal with it and get through it. That's what we seen our parents do. Deal with a lot of stuff and just get through it naturally. So it's like therapy for what? That's what.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how it was. Yeah, I can't recall anybody in my household that went to therapy. Um, I guess I didn't know about. When did you find out? Oh, so I'm gonna say I found out about therapy. Um, when we was about to get married. They were saying that you have to have therapy before you get married.
They called it counseling though, right?
Oh, they called it counseling.
Yeah. So that was different.
Yeah, that was different. Then then therapy um is when I figured out about like that I really needed therapy is when I had an anxiety attack at this corporate job I had. Man, so I was like the token black girl there. So it was really a lot of anxiety built up. And one day it just happened. And I'm like, what's going on? And I was just like crying hysterically. Like, I didn't know what was going on. I went to the bathroom. Like, nobody knew nothing. And that's when I had called you. I don't know if you thought I was lying, playing. Like,
I'm
I
s-
don't even know. How did you take that?
I'm sorry. I'm laughing now, but I took it serious when it
Oh, you
happened. But
did. Be honest.
because it's like
Be honest.
when you think about panic attacks or anxiety, you thinking it's a serious situation, like some type of threatening situation. Why you would have it? You wouldn't think you would just have it at work. Like,
Right.
I mean, so yeah, I was just like, huh?
I couldn't stop crying. It was uncontrolled. I was like, "I can't calm down. I don't know what's wrong."
Yeah.
It just happened. And I think it's because I don't know if it's because I didn't feel safe. I just felt surrounded by people who just didn't care for me. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what caused it. They say you have an anxiety attack because, like, you, like, feel like, how you get, like, claustrophobic or something?
See,
Like,
I done had them feelings, but it was in situations where it was probably life threatening where I don't even know if it was anxiety. It's just the guard go up and brain start clicking fast and you really looking for an exit or some type of defense. Like, so I don't know what that was when I used to, that's what I think is
yeah.
similar to that I had. I ain't never had no where I was just sitting there and then something happened and I just felt some type of, nah, I never had that.
Yeah, I mean, it was more to that. I was isolated. Like I said, I was on the 3rd floor with nobody around me.
No windows, you
No
said.
windows. It was brick, all brick. So it ain't like I could see outside. And like I said, I was the only black person there. So it was like felt like I was like
Jail cell.
exactly. It was like no outlet. So, but I'm glad I went and got help.
You
I
had any
mean,
sense then?
no,
So that was a one time thing.
it was a one time thing. Cause I went right to the doctor. I left and I went to the doctor and she actually prescribed me some medication. Um, yeah.
Crazy pills.
Yeah. But
I'm just joking.
I mean, I won't call them crazy pills. It was like a series of medication
No, I just seen something I was
that I
watching
tried.
earlier. And
I tried, but like it didn't. I wasn't myself. Like I was. You can do.
nah, I remember.
Yeah, I wasn't myself. It just like numb and literally numbed me. And it just and then other medications, I just got tired and I just tried to I figured it out on my own. But therapy, I kept with the therapy
Yeah, but that's one situation for therapy. People might need therapy for just stuff they dealt with growing up. A lot of people grow up with craziest stuff. You hear the craziest stories. So
for sure, for sure. And it
for
ain't
sure.
just for my anxiety attack. The therapies help with all my childhood traumas and other stuff. So like therapy is not just for anxiety attacks. It's for people. I would say it's for people who lost someone, trying to cope, um, need someone to talk to, need to figure out how to navigate this difficult life because life be lifing. um, yeah, I recommend therapy. Yeah, I feel like Charlemagne. I'll be like therapy.
Nah, I do too. Like you never know. It be stuff back there you don't even think about that affects the way you even move.
hmm
And you don't even understand until you talk to somebody that's professional and they kind of got insight of why you even act like that. You
Right,
know,
exactly.
for sure.
And I would say if that therapist isn't helping you or if you don't feel connected to that therapist, then I would say keep looking until you do. I know there's a shortage in black therapists. So it'd probably be difficult, but since like virtual therapy, what they call it, Telegram, I don't know what they call it, the term for it, but since that's um very convenient now, you should be able to it should be a lot more easier to find a black therapist or therapist that you can connect with.
Yeah. I mean, the one I had was cool. It's just I don't think I was ready for it, honestly.
Why you don't think you was ready for it?
I don't know. I get irritated by little stuff, so I don't know. I wouldn't even say he was bad. He wasn't bad. It's just I don't know. I don't think I was ready for it.
I don't know. There's a lot of people that think they can handle everything on their own. Um
Nah, look, okay. If you grow up and that's what you seeing is people handling the worst situations on their own, they don't look affected by it. So that's what you accustomed to. That's what you see. That's what I seen. Like, so it's like when people say therapy, you be like, for what? I don't know.
But it's a word for
Nah, I feel
that.
like it can help a lot of people, but it just ain't something that I seen ever, honestly.
Yeah. But I don't think that's healthy, just keeping it all in for especially for that long. Um, but I mean, to each his own. But
Nah, this is true. It's true because you can't go talk to just anybody about your problems and
but
everybody know
you
your
know, you can
business
be
and whatever.
depressed and just still getting through day to day. But I don't think that's healthy.
Mm, yeah,
I mean, if we all for like breaking generational curses, I feel like we need to get ourselves better. And if therapy is one of the outlets that'll help us, why not try it?
yeah. I feel like everybody should try it.
Yeah, just
Like,
try it.
even if you ain't feeling no type of way, just try it. If you got the means to.
Right, exactly. Let's see. So I guess we want to ask our audience, have they ever been to therapy, and if they feel like have they tried therapy? Did it work for you, or do you think it's all hype? So you can message us on any of our social media outlets and let us know. Um, any other questions about therapy?
Nah, I don't have no questions. I mean, uh, I don't know. I just think if more people from our culture had access to therapy back in the day, a lot of people would be better off. Either kids of people that needed therapy back in the day would probably be better off, honestly. Just the information, just information, period, about anything. Like we living in a whole different generation now. Our parents didn't have access to or knowledge of none of this stuff that we do. So
Right. To
just
even
pushing the generation
yeah,
forward. So,
which is a good thing about social media. Everything's there. Um, one good thing about it. I guess it's another question. Have you ever had a bad experience with therapy? Tell us what happened. If you want to.
um, mine is like uh other people causing issues, and then the therapist is like, but what can you do to fix that? I'm like, what should I do if I ain't cause it? I ain't the cause of it. I ain't the problem. Why should I have to put my energy into trying to fix something I ain't caused? I'd rather just leave it alone and move around. But he was trying to get me to see it different. And I'm
Mhm.
stubborn. So I'm like, nah. Some stuff I only see my way. That's just me. Like, if I ain't cause it, I ain't trying to fix it. That's just me.
Okay.
So that ain't a
Did he
bad experience. That
understand
was
that?
just I think he understood it, but he's still trying to get me to think outside the box to, step out of
To
my
be the bigger
box.
person.
Yeah. So
But we tired of being a bigger person or whatever the way the way it goes,
I
whatever.
don't know if I ever been a bigger person when I ain't caused it. So I can't say. I don't know. It's just I know I don't really do stuff to get that type of energy. So when I do it, be like, nah, I ain't going. That's just me. And one of my kids just like that too. So,
um
yeah.
Well, for me, I don't think I had a bad experience with therapy. I probably would say just the medication dumping, just too much. Like
See,
I get real like picky. I start reading all the side effects. I be like,
as you supposed to.
I'm
Me,
not
I'm not.
taking this. But I
Yeah,
try to keep an open mind and try. But I mean, then you just start looking up natural ways to heal, like taking sea moss or taking
yeah,
uh vitamins, and then
yeah. Cause me, I don't like to take nothing. And I remember my mama telling me, "Yo, Uncle Tony, he get a call, he won't take cold medicine or nothing. I probably get it from him. We don't want to take nothing." Like, so I'll be like, nah, I'm cool.
What happens when therapy doesn't work? Is it the therapist or are some people just not ready to heal? What you think?
How you know it's not working? I mean, anything you try, you ain't finna see results right away. I mean, it might be working, you just ain't seen it, or I don't know. I just look at everything as a process. Ain't nothing gonna happen overnight. So that's why I say I ain't really have a bad experience. I just stopped going, which I probably shouldn't have. But if a person feel like it's not working, I don't know. Probably need to see a different person. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's what I suggest too. Just keep trying because it's only a small percentage of, um, you
People
know
that's gonna understand your
yeah,
background.
right,
Put it like that.
exactly, yeah. Um, yeah. Any other thoughts or questions about therapy?
Try
Try
it.
it, yeah. So,
Even if you're not going through nothing.
right, this conversation is deep. Therapy is a powerful tool, but it's not one size fits all. If you're gonna do it, you have to be ready for the work, right? Because my therapist be giving me work. She'd be like, "Self-care, Tanesha," and I'd be like, "Dang."
That's important. That's always been
Yeah,
important though.
yeah, I feel like
Like
self-care.
we had a episode on a previous podcast where I was like putting the kids first. And then she was like, "So you put the kids first?" And I know a lot of people looked at it and was like, "Oh, she's saying I'm supposed to put her first," but that's not what she was saying. Can you tell them what you were saying?
I was saying take care of yourself. You have to
First.
be able to take care of yourself first in order to take care of your partner, then your children, and then your extended family. Like you got to be okay first. If you're not okay, how can you like if you're not happy that your kids and stuff is going to feel that. They're going to feel that energy. So have fix yourself. Self-care is what my therapist always preached to me. That's something I gotta get right. But, it's not something that I'm used to, and I'm in my 40s. So, it's like something I gotta learn. So,
I'm 25.
okay, I'm 24.
Nah, she right. She right though. Like when she said it, I was like, I ain't really pick up on it till I watched it back. Like, what was you saying? Like my thing is, I say put them kids first so that they know how to maneuver through life. You don't want them walking out here blind. It's like if you don't teach them the stuff, they ain't gonna learn it. You damn near gonna have to take care of them when they grown. If they don't know certain stuff, you still gonna be teaching them. So I show my kids all kind of different examples of everything. Teach them a lot of stuff, not book stuff, just street smarts, business smarts, anything I could think of, honestly. Like dealing with people, scenarios. It's all important in growth with the kids. No,
Facts.
yeah.
And if you're someone who doesn't believe in therapy, that's cool too. But make sure you're actually healing and not just avoiding the real issues out there. We want to hear from you. Drop us a comment. Keep this conversation going. Does therapy really work or is it just a trend?
Might be a trend to you, might change somebody's life.
Right. So, until next time, take care of your mind, protect your peace, and keep stirring up conversations that matter.
Yeah, I'm your host, Ray,
And I'm Tanesha.
and
Peace. See
we'll
you
see y'all
next
next
time.
time.
Stay safe. Stay real.
All right.